Good afternoon. Welcome to this of our breathing. So just join me in taking some nice, gentle and deep breaths. Just allowing your whole breath to come down to your tummy. So you feel your tummy actually getting bigger in and out as you breathe. And just notice as you're sitting here quietly, just breathing, that your whole body just starts to relax quite naturally. It's as if all the cares of the world suddenly disappear. And there's just time for you. So just be conscious of all of you, body, mind, and spirit, and all your aspects, which is all your lives ever lived. Just allowing everything to come together in one harmonious alignment. Just feeling balanced and well. And just go to that place within, not exactly a location, but a quality of you, that space that is always silent, is in fact love itself. I like to call it a holding space where you can just be, observe yourself and the world out there, because it is truly crazy. Last week, I got so caught up in the craziness. I got angry at my lovely husband. Just for a minute. But it takes me out of my harmonious Barbara. So I really just didn't feel for being quiet, and I just needed to rest and just think about why I keep bringing myself into this anger. What keeps triggering me? You might like to ask that of yourself. What keeps triggering your things that bring you out of balance? What I discovered, that it's just control. When I don't feel that I'm in control of something and start worrying, being concerned, instead of just allowing everything to happen, trusting, doing your bit and then trusting the rest to fall into place, when you start interfering, it goes wrong. So we do have to learn or remember that it's time now to let go. Really let go of all that control, all that doing, becoming, trying to get somewhere, not trusting this place now we're in to bring us into the most perfect future present. It's hard because the human mind and everything we know, we have to work at something, we have to do something, we have to make sure of this and that. But sometimes you have to give up. And trust. And it's very difficult. Especially when the world is absolutely mad. And as each day goes by, the governments around the world, in Spain and Holland, USA, England, we watch all the news, they're bringing in more and more restrictions to take away our freedom by wearing these masks, socially distancing ourselves, not allowing us to smoke even in public. I mean, come on. Well, I get it. And I just hope many start thinking, hello, something's not right here. Too many contradictions. But anyway, that's not what this half an hour is all about. It's to relax. So while you're still listening to me, just feel your breath as it travels through your body as you come into relaxation, just for a little while, to check into yourself, to tune in. And let's have an intention to ask ourselves, what are we missing? What do we need to understand or know that will help us live a harmonious life, not worrying? It's important to ask yourself clear questions. I myself have to write them down because I ask many questions and then I forget what I've asked and then I don't know the answers. This memory is a thing in itself, but it's all meant to be. We are meant to actually erase our past completely. Trust that all your experience, all your wisdom, your compassion, everything that you've learned or remembered, it is distilled and it lies within you. So you're not going to lose all your wisdom, all your compassion gained, vulnerabilities, but you are going to forget all the details, the times, and maybe the people, and it's okay. We've been there, done it, and it's time to move on. And we can only move on with an empty vessel. So that means no worries, no judgments, no doubts. move on into this beautiful utopia that we all dream of, where we live in community, in unity, harmony, loving each other, experiencing the most sensational things. This is where we're going. There is no doubt about that. But it isn't a place that's going to appear in the physical reality. You are going to bring it in. Each of us is going to bring in this utopia to experience. And you won't experience if you're full of the bullshit. Sorry about the word, but if you continue, like I sometimes do, to worry and be concerned and control and judge yourself and another, that's where you're going to live, and you'll stay in this reality of the crazy world. So we're all birthing new earth from within. And that literally means we have to birth it. We have to feel it within. Oh, sorry. This mosquito has been trying to bite me. I'm not a Buddhist, so... Yes, so you see, train of thought's gone. So always come back to your center. Breathing and just feel into what is now necessary to be known, to say. From the silence, allow imagination and ideas to come to you. The human doesn't have to think, and just come back to the silence and allow what it is in your highest interest to know and say or act now. And it's amazing. You might have to wait a little while, but with practice, it just comes in. And that is when we give over to our divinity, the light body within, all knowing, all loving, allowing body, mind, and spirit, divinity, to work as one. So basically, we don't need anymore all the spirit guides. We don't need to channel other people anymore. You just channel yourself. Speak yourself. Everybody can do it once they allow themselves to reconnect and balance as one, as the oneness you were born as, sovereign. We were all born sovereign, free. Sovereign means to have the authority over yourself and your life. The ultimate authority. So freedom to choose, to do, to act. And use your authentic power, the power of love. You are so powerful, more powerful than the atom. But we just don't believe it. We've not been taught it. But we're remembering now how powerful we are, how free we are, how sovereign. So when we find our crazy world suppressing us more and more because of this, or in the name of COVID-19, you have to wonder what's going on, because it's not right. We should be, after so many years of living now, after all our experiences, in a place, living from the heart and balanced, to be able to self-govern ourselves. We don't necessarily need that government anymore, because you hear it. They've lost the plot now. It's full of lies and discrepancies. And I hope you read my blog I made 2 weeks ago. It's on all my Facebook and social media links. But it is on my website, www.memymagnificentself.com. I did so much research on the virus because I felt right at the beginning of lockdown in Spain, and that was February. It just wasn't right. There was something we weren't being told. And I found lots of doctors and scientists who were talking about the truth about the virus, about what was causing the deaths, why the elderly, Anyway, I wrote all about that. So it is up to each one of us to claim our sovereignty, to say, no, I do not consent to all this rubbish. And the more of us there is, the easier it will be. We are living in the end times of the greed and control of the systems we brought up. So it's not as if we can say them and us. It's not. We've all been part of it. But we are living now in the real last end days of this. Everything is crumbling down. And I like to say Team Dark are doing everything in their power to take as many of them as they can, because their days are numbered, that's for sure. Gaia is not putting up with it any longer. So it is all happening, and there's so much disclosure coming out. It's unbelievable and actually quite horrific. I was quite sad when I was watching one video. I just watched one small video because I really knew what it was about, but I thought I have to watch it. And it's very sad and about the children. I know because I've gone through it myself as a young child. Families. There's lots of abuse in the families. All brought down, but it's not. Many of my friends have all been through the same, and it's in many families around the world. It's as if it's normal, which it isn't. It can't be. You can't hurt another person. Don't ask me why we have to experience all this. But to see and to know love, you have to experience what love isn't. So maybe like I did the other week, what we could do together now is just do a little inner journey into ourselves. And then afterwards, we expand our energies and just shine our loving presence out into the world, just so that everybody who's suffering, the children especially who are suffering, they will feel love. They will feel freedom. They will connect with that part of them that is essentially love, joy, peace, and that it will help them. For the rest, I'm afraid we have to observe as everything plays out now. There is nothing to do but to live our life in as much joy as we can, and just keep focusing on New Earth that we are birthing. We are in labor now, a long labor. At least mine has been. So just coming back to the breath, just make sure you're relaxed even more. It might help to close your eyes. And from this silent space within, allow yourself to feel your breath as it flows all through your body, touching the cells, the physical and non-physical, and just imagine them dancing for joy and delight at this attention, this love. You can imagine all the cells opening up like a lotus flower, vibrating in such harmony, shaking off any disease, unwellness. Yeah, just feeling yourself relax. And remember in the out breath, letting go of all your tensions, everything that no longer serves you. And then just checking in around your pelvic area. Just feeling into this sacred space where creation and creativity happens. It is where we store lots of emotions. Allow yourself to feel it all. And remember, even though it's not you now, it is a part of your past, this life or other lives, ancestors, aspects. So know that it is not you, but own it anyway, because you're feeling it. It's here to be felt, to be embraced, to be acknowledged and understood if it's necessary. I always ask, is there anything it wants to express? Is there anything I need to understand about this feeling? And these feelings can be anger or sadness or hate. There's lots of feelings. So as you're breathing into this area, your breath is your life, your love. It is your loving presence that is there in this sacred space around your pelvic area. And what does love do? But just dissolves, melts everything away that is no longer useful for you. So little by little, you can imagine you are emptying yourself of all the concerns and worries. And through the breath, they're released. So just breathing is all you need to do. The rest happens. So then just going up to the kidneys, the intestines and the stomach, your digestive system. Just be there for a little while, breathing in and out. Feeling how it's flowing, how all your millions of good bacteria are just working away, keeping you well, keeping everything balanced. And here you can ask yourself, is there anything specifically I need to eat or drink, change? To make you flow even more? Just allow your loving presence to literally melt away anything that is harmful for you. Any poisons, just allowing your presence to dissolve. And through the breath, release. And then we just include the liver. The liver is so big. and does such an important job. Just breathing into the liver now. Check in what color it is. How does it feel? Is it happy? Well, it will be now because of your attention. Maybe there's something you need to take to help detoxify it. I myself drink a lot of celery juice, which is a good detox, and radish. You find out what is good for you. And of course, lots of water to flush those kidneys too. Just feel how happy your organs are feeling, dancing in delight. And if there were anything but a beautiful crimson, bright color red, because of all the blood, the oxygenated blood, just see or sense all your organs vibrantly well. We go to the back of the lungs. And imagining those branches of the lungs just dancing in true delight at the attention. So clear, so much oxygen, air, all is well. And the heart. Feel it beating, expanding as it beats. This is truly the heart or the seat of love. Just feel your rhythm, allowing it to find maybe a new rhythm. And just check in. You see that little rainbow bridge that goes to the mind, or the brain in this case. The connection here. See if there's a good connection. That the heart and mind are working as comrades. Sometimes we block this connection, that they don't communicate. So really, I think it's that big nerve that starts in the tummy, that goes up into the brain, the big nerve. Just feel through this. Just allowing love to unblock any energy blocks. And then lastly, we have a whole endocrine system with your pineal gland and your pituitaries, thymus and thyroid. I think thymus is down here, I think. Allow them all to connect and imagine that you feel the flow, because this flow deals with your whole immune system, your whole wellness. In this relaxed state now, your adrenal glands, and all your other glands, they will either switch on or switch off in growth mode or in protection mode. So now you know, in this state, they are in growing mode and they are flowing your whole endocrine system. Yes, you are well. So now, as one being of love, expand yourself, your energies, as big as your room, as big as the country, and as big as the earth, so that we all join forces, beings of light, and just emanate our loving presence, filling the earth with love for all who want to feel what it's like to be in harmony, to be free, to be well, to be sovereign. And it's a funny thing because you can imagine the children and some adults, they like look up or turn around because they feel our presence, which is not separate from them. We are all interconnected. We all share this flow of source energy, of consciousness. And love has won. Just a little more time, staying anchored into your loving self, sharing your presence with others, because that is all we can do. Everything is unfolding as it's meant to. And we know death is not nothing. It's just a transformation. And when our time is right, as with everybody, we'll move on. So we can stay there for a little while and stay here. And I'd like to wish you well and thank you. You are magnificent, sovereign, and spread the word of love Until next week, I hope. I love you. Bye bye.